Hello, and welcome to Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014, class on Internet Financial Tools. This is a class that I like to have to really show people, especially if you're ever interested in entrepreneurship, or if you have family members or friends who might have their own business, that there are online financial tools, and I'm going to show you the ones that are free that can be used to help operate your business. As I've said many times back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, I used to have a administrative assistant, and one of her jobs was to handle some of the invoicing, handle cash management, and all of the kind of financial and accounting components of the business. Now I use internet websites and tools to do all those same things. So it's reduced my cost, and it's also made me more efficient. And I'm going to show you how I use some of those today. There are three of them in particular. One of them that we'll talk about first is called Mint. Mint, if you're familiar with a bookkeeping tool, or for example, QuickBooks, which is an accounting software. This is QuickBooks Online, and it's free. We're going to talk about PayPal, which many of you may be familiar with. And then we're going to talk about an invoicing website that's free called Hivage. If you look on the blog, I've posted some short videos that kind of go over all three of these web tools. And you get a chance to look at it. Now again, directions is I want you to watch this video today, and then there'll be a short class marker exam you'll have until Sunday to finish that. But right now, let's get into it. So the first one I want to talk about is Mint. Mint is a bookkeeping software package that I really like to use. It has made my financial analysis for my business so much easier. And I'm going to log in. Now this time I checked ahead of time to make sure I knew what my passwords were. And now watch them not work. But all right, here we go. What Mint does, and we'll go through this real quick, is I've attached all my, whoops, here it goes. We'll start with the overview. On the left-hand side, you'll see I have all of my bank accounts in the future and past. These are current bank accounts. This one is old and really it's been closed. And this is another one closed. This is open, these two are open. Then it has information on credit cards, and this is mortgage information. But what's good about this package, and this website, it also has an app that you can put on your phone. And at any minute, I can click refresh, and I get an update as to the exact balances on my account. What Mint does is it goes into each one of your bank accounts or any account that you set up, and it uses your same username and password that you use, and it goes into your account and downloads that information into your Mint account. So what you end up with, and you can see now it's searching to update from an hour ago, and here it comes. Here's 18 seconds ago. So you can know exactly what's in your accounts at any given time. And the app does the same thing. So if I'm somewhere and I need to check the balance of something, I can go into the app and it'll tell me what the balance is within seconds. But here's the powerful part. It puts together all the transactions that are downloaded off the internet and puts them together, and then you can go in and modify any of these, or group them together, or search for them. For example, I'm a Subway fanatic, so I go to Subway all the time. And when I buy things, I always use my debit card, because that way it keeps track of that information and downloads it automatically into my Mint. So about every hour or so, Mint will go in and download any transactions. So I'll say Subway. I now have a list that tells me that I've spent $1,384.45, a total of 215 transactions of Subway. This is the current year. This is 2012, 2013, 2012. It goes all the way back to when I started using Mint, which is here back in 2010. So every time I bought Subway using my debit card, no matter which debit card I use, as you can see, it's 215 of them. I used BB&T, which is now a closed account, but I used that 12 times to buy Subway. The two Bank of Americas, here's Best Bank, I used it 8 times. Capital City Bank 10 times. So I can go in and I can get all the information I need. Now, why would you worry about that? Well, I wrote a letter to Subway once complaining about some things. And what I did is I got a list of all my Subway, and notice you got this export. I can click, I can export my transactions. I'll call it Subway transactions. I'm going to save it here under my documents. I'm going to save it. Let me open it when it's done. Okay, let me do this and go find it. Subway, not Subway, by the way. And I'll open it this way. And open it with, there it goes. Gotta do that manually. I need to put that program in there. Come on, slow. All right, import it. And now I have all my transactions in my Excel document. Now, I'm not using Excel right now, but if I had Excel, it would all go in there, and I could do pivot tables, and I could analyze that information. Let me do it so it looks a little better. Use commas, so split them up. Okay, now here's date, description, the Subway. It shows me where I bought it. Right, Atlanta, Ashburn, Georgia, Thomasville, Memphis, Tennessee. There's all these different places. This is the amount, kind of transaction, so I could do pivot tables if I wanted to. And I did that because I sent Subway a letter complaining to Subway, and I wanted to show them how much I've spent at Subway over the past 4 years. So in the last 4 years, I've spent $1,384.45. Let's say we wanted to do something else. I'm not Subway, but as you can see, another place that I go to all the time is Quick Trip. Yep, there's one. So I got something, let's see. Quick. Let's go quick to you that way. No, doesn't have a lot of them. I don't know why I'm doing something wrong. Oh, there it is. No, there it is. Quick Trip. All right. Because I use it for gasoline, again, in 4 years, I've been to Quick Trip 406 times. I spent over $4,167.42. Now, what I can do also is I can download all my this is what I do. I can download all my transactions at the end of the year, put them into an Excel spreadsheet, and using a pivot table, I come up with my income statement. I can list all my revenue and all of my expenses. So that's why I really like this, is I can do a quick financial statement. I can also do a report for my taxes, so that if the IRS ever comes and they want to know how much I've spent for gasoline, I can list Pilot and Quick Trip and all the gas stations and come up with them. So this is a really nice pack. I use it mostly just to manage my transactions and my bank account. But you can also set it up to do budgets. And it'll track all of your budgets, all the money that you spent and what you spent it on. What your goals might be. So for example, if you're here, you can see where if you're trying to save for college, or if you're trying to save for a car, you can put that in there and it'll track all that information for you. It'll also show you trends. If you remember when we talked about the importance of becoming wealthy, it's not about how much money you make, it's about controlling your expenses. And Mint is a very quick way, and of course free, to track your expenses and to set up categories and see how you're doing. You can also track your investments. So when you put in, if you don't have a brokerage account, you can set up a brokerage account through Mint using one of the better known companies, and it'll track your investments for you. It'll also help you set up ways to save money. If you're looking for better credit cards, if you click here, they have a list of all the credit cards, and this is the most popular. But if you wanted credit cards for students, here's one. If you want a credit card for business, they've got two of them here. But you can go and actually apply, and it tells you how much money you would save if you used it. Again, I've already have my checking accounts, but if you wanted to set up a checking account and you're looking for a checking account that has no monthly fee, for example, these are checking accounts that you can sign up for. This one, for example, the minimum to open is $1, and there's no monthly fee. Here's one, 360 checking with Capital One. No minimum amount to open, no monthly fee. So these are checking accounts you can set up. If you'd like to set up savings accounts, they list here all different types of savings accounts and what your interest rate would be in terms of how much money you make on your savings account. As you can see, it's not much. So that's why most people, you probably need to invest money in real estate and some other items. Kind of spread it out. If you're looking for home loans, it'll show you where and how to find the best home loan. Again, for investments, they'll list all the brokerage firms and who has the best deal. If you got a 401k or you want to set up a 401k, again, they have a list and they tell you how much, what the transaction costs are, the fees. If you're going to do an IRA, here's a list of some IRAs that you can use. If you want to buy a car, You put in your detail, and they'll give you an idea of, in this case, to the best insurance. That's right, this isn't a car loan, this is insurance. And then the same thing with life insurance. And if you want to, you can also track and get your credit score. So Mint, for a minimum, I use it to keep an up-to-date track of all of my balances on my checking account, all my transactions, and I can do my financial statements from this. But you can also, again, do budgets, goals, trends, investments, and ways to save. Really nice website. And again, there is no charge. The next one I want to talk about is PayPal. Now, I've had PayPal for a long time. And I use it in my business to send and receive funds. And I'm going to show you how I use it and give you some examples. One of the things I use PayPal for is when I have services or I have companies in which they make a monthly or even an annual debit payment for me, where the money comes directly out of my checking account. Instead of them giving me my checking account information, I have a debit card with PayPal, and I give them my debit card from PayPal instead of my bank debit card. The reason I do that is it allows me to catch illegal activity out of my checking account. It's happened many times. What happens is when I use this PayPal account, and here's an example of OnStar, Umail, and Family Phone. In all three of these cases, as you can see, they're recurring payments. When they come into PayPal first. From PayPal, PayPal then goes to my bank account, takes the money out of my bank account, and then sends it to this company. As soon as this payment comes into my PayPal, PayPal sends me a text message. If I don't recognize that debit, I can call PayPal, or I can do it here, and I can, it is Resolution Center. I can open up a case, and I can challenge the payment. And I've done that. I've got a case that just recently closed. Let me see if I can find it. Closed cases. All right. Here's one where I got something. These are three back so far since September. These happen to be three debits that were made out of my PayPal card that I disputed, and basically I won. They did not take the money out of my account. Now, if this had gone straight into my checking account for Bank of America, it would have been a lot, let's say it would have been more difficult to try and get that resolution solved than by doing it through PayPal. PayPal is pretty good about it. And as you can see, all three cases closed. And in this case, on all three actions, the charge was reversed. Here it is. I didn't receive or purchase it, and it was closed really because they solved it. It says timed out, but they solved that case for me. So I use PayPal to kind of cover my bank accounts and make everything flow through it. I like PayPal also because I have clients that send me money. I use merchant services. And I can create buttons to go on my website, or I also can create invoices that I can email to my client, and then my client can pay me through the email. I don't have a swipe card for my mobile phone, but I do have a debit card. But here's another thing that I really like about PayPal. One of the attributes of it is if I want to, I can again view all my transactions. And here they are. I can see all my transactions that have been made. And you can see here's a refund of the problem that I had here. So this is the refund from that first one there. Here's where my Netflix comes in, my LA Fitness, when I rent a car. I just want to make sure that anytime, if someone were to steal my debit card, I want them to steal my PayPal debit card. I don't want them to steal my bank debit card, my Bank of America debit card. So I kind of use this. Now, what I wanted to show you is I can go back in time, and I'm going to go way back. I'll go back 10 years. Why do you do it? Okay, no. Let's do it this way. Let's do it quick. Let's get that. 1, 5, 2. And I just kind of picked this out of the air. But I'm going back 10 years. This is all the activity over in 1 year between September of 04, well, yeah, really over 13 months to September of 04 to October of 05. There's all of the PayPal activities. I used to have an online company and people would pay me monthly for different services that I offered. So I can go all the way back and I can click on the detail. For Donald Jackson, there's his email address and how he sent me. Here's his mailing address. So I can even go back to these people and I could track them down if I ever needed to for something. So PayPal keeps all the activity that you've had. Again, I can download this. Right? So I can download it and put it into Excel if I want to. So I like PayPal because not only does it protect my bank account, but it also keeps track of all activity for as long as I've had a PayPal account, which goes back to probably maybe 99. I can request money from people. I have merchant services. There's other products and services that they offer. And again, the only charge to PayPal is to receive money. There's a payment, but other than that, there is none. There is no payment. So if I wanted to request money, I can create an invoice that I could then send to somebody. And see, I've got my icon for my company, address, all the basic information. And I can create an invoice. And then email that invoice off or print it out if I wanted to send money. I can do the same thing. I can put someone's email address, tell them how much money I'm sending, and it'll send an email to that person. I can create buttons. So that button will go on my website. So someone clicks a button and they get they can then pay. Again, earlier I talked about invoices, but we did that already. PayPal is inexpensive. The only person who pays for PayPal are the people who receive the money. If you send money, there's no payment. As you know, PayPal was bought by eBay years ago, and now they're getting ready to split again into two separate companies. So that's PayPal. The last company, make sure I got the email, the password right. This is a free online invoicing site. It's called Hyvee. Hyvee, I think that's how they pronounce it. But again, I have a video here that can explain more detail. But what I'm showing here, I am, let's see, yes I am. So here I've opened up my account and I have a list of activities. This is the dashboard. But let me go to invoices. I have a list of all the invoices that I have sent out over the years to different companies for services. And what you do is let's create a new invoice. It automatically puts my company address and information in. I can put in here appraisal services. And then if I already have a client, see how it automatically drops down, I can put a client in here. Or if I have a new client, I can click and put that in there. But let's put an existing client in. And then we'll set it to services. Unit apartment building, $4,500. And I also already put down here, thank you for your business. Please make your payment payable to the Hannibal Group. All I then do is click save. And now, if I need to, I can email this invoice off. I can download it as a PDF file to send off later, or I can preview it and see how it is. And then, when it's time to make a payment, I click Make Payment, and I put in here, we prefer a manual payment for this invoice. Or I could put in here, that's for the make payment, excuse me. That's not what I want. But that's for when the person receives that email, they get this invoice, they can click here to make a payment. Now, I don't have PayPal linked into this. If I did, they would have a PayPal option. But because there's no option, it's going to tell them it prefers a manual payment, which is what I want. Just go ahead and you can mail me the check. It gives my company phone number, email address, and the website for my business. So it tracks it tracks invoices, and then I need to delete that one because I made that up. I don't want it in here. But let me show you this. Now I have this invoice, the draft. I'll bring it up and look at it. I'm going to enter payment. I received a payment from him on Saturday. So I'm going to put here a new payment. The amount was that it wasn't cash, it was a check. Made deposit into company bank account. Save. And what it's going to do is it's going to come back and create an invoice for me that has a zero balance. As you can see right here, it says zero due. If I go back to invoices, you can see now where before it was a draft, now it says paid. This is another one. I need to go ahead and do that one. Goes to new payment. $250, check. And it's going to save it. If I click onto it, it's going to show the invoice. But I can also I can edit it, I can delete it, but I'm basically finished with this. And it shows the invoice being paid. As you can see, it has zero balance, the payment's been made. And now, I need to delete this one because something else was done, so I don't need this anymore. And then what I'll do is at the end of the year, I can print out these invoices, or as I download them into an Excel spreadsheet, and basically I have my revenue for my business for the year. So let me go here, back to dashboard. And the dashboard tells me, okay, today what I've done, which is I created that invoice here for class. I also clicked on that 2 payments were made that I forgot to put in there. So I can see all my activities from my account. Again, this website is free. Now they do have some paid versions where if you want to pay for certain things to add to this, you can. For example, linking it to PayPal, you're going to have to upgrade. There it is. And you can see it's not that expensive. I'm on the free plan, but you can have the plus plan for $6.95. I'm offline payments. You can have an estimate. You can have recurring. If you had recurring bills that were occurring every month, you get this service. Now, normally, if I had recurring bills every month, I would use PayPal. And here it is with PayPal. So the PayPal gateway is free, so I could link PayPal to this. I just haven't done it yet. And here it is, save and enable. I'll do that. Let me while I'm here, let me connect these two while we're doing it. Okay, so now it's pending. It's going to probably come back and send me an email and make sure all this stuff is done. Tells me it doesn't cost any money. Proceed with the transaction. Now it's enabled. So now I can connect my PayPal so that when I create an invoice, I'm going to have probably the option of adding PayPal to it. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Here it is. Invoice settings. It failed due to error. May not be set up yet. Yeah. Because that wasn't here before, so I'm going to figure out how to make that work. And then that way on all my, balance, all right. Let's see. Let's go Loan Depot. See if this will help. Yeah, that was it. PayPal standard. Send the default email to receipt. Recipient. There it is. So I would suspect if I saved it, there would be a PayPal button. I'm not going to do that now. Okay. Get out of this. So today was just a quick class showing 3 different financial tools on the internet that are free that you can use to manage your accounting and financing, whether as an individual or if you have a small business. So if you know you have any family members or friends that have a business, you may want to talk to them about looking at Mint, of course PayPal, and then I can't pronounce the name. I'm not sure how this thing is pronounced. It's Havage. I think it's Havage. But I like this a lot, this free invoicing. All right, there will be a short class marker exam that I will have up by Friday morning for the weekend. Have a good weekend, and next class will be on Monday. What's that, November 3rd, I guess. Well, moving quick. Have a good weekend. Thank you.